we are solving the last problem, the last programming challenge in the book Starting Out with Java in chapter 6, and this problem is called heads or tails game. So basically we have to toss the coin, and the game is played between two players, and each time you toss the coin, either you win a point or you lose a point, and whichever player that gets a 5 point first wins. So we have to create a players class to set up the game, and then we have to test the game with a different class. So let's start with creating the players class, and let's see how the game works. So here is the description that I copied from the book, from the textbook. It's basically a game between two players, and each player tosses the coin, and we are using the coin class that was shown in the book a couple of chapters ago. So let's start creating a players class. Java class, we'll say players. So we have to create a couple of global variables. First, we'll say coin. We have to use the coin class. Because it allows us to toss the coin and to get the value of it, get the side of the coin. Then we have to use the scanner class to ask the name of the players, system.in. We have to also have variables to hold the head, which start out with 0, and the tail, which starts with 0. Also, we have to keep track of points. So points 1 for player 1 and points 2 for player 2. After that, we have to create a public method. It does not return anything. We say start game. Then we say you have to give a title for the game. We say to win this game you should get 5 points. After that, we give a space. Then we ask player 1 name. Say string player 1 scanner, next line. So basically we will copy this, and we'll say player 2 is player 2. So we ask the player 1 and 2. Then we'll say while points 1 is less than 5 and points 2 is less than 5. As long as points are not equal to 5, we give another space. We will toss the coin, and we get the side of the coin. Say get side. After that, we check if it's head or tail. Say if string equals head or heads, and then if that's true, we'll say we will increment the head variable. Else, if it's not heads, it's tails. So we'll increment the tails variable. After that, you have to store the points will create this method get guess, say player 1. It will take the string which represent the side, and we also pass the points for the player 1 and points 2 for player 2. So player 2 for the side and points 2 for player 2. After that, we give a space and we will say system out head is up, and we will say head, how many times head was up. We'll say times tails is up, tails times, and we will say if points is less than 0, points equal, now we'll say if points is greater or equal to 5, player 1 got 5 points first, so you win. If it doesn't get, you'll say player 2 got 5 points first, you win. So after that, we have to create this method. We'll say public int, and it will take the player's name, it will take the side, and it will take the points. First thing we will say char guess. To store the guess, we will give a space, and we will say enter H for head or T for tail for player. Then we'll say guess scanner next char at 0 because we want to have the first letter, and we have to validate the input that the user gets, because the user can enter whatever character he wants, but we are only interested in H or T, either uppercase or lowercase. So we'll say while guess is not equal to H, and guess is not equal to H lowercase, and we have to repeat for and guess is not equal to T, and guess is not equal to T lowercase. And guess is not equal to Okay, guess is not equal to h, and guess is not equal to h. I don't want this. So guess is not equal to h uppercase, and guess it's not equal to h lowercase, and also, and guess is not equal to uppercase t, and guess is not equal to lowercase t. After that, if it is not these two letters, we want to show error. We'll say please enter either H or T for a player. Then you'll say guess, scanner, next, char at 0. So after we validate the input, if the code comes here, that means the person entered either H or T. So we have to make sure it is either head or heads, and we use boolean, the boolean variable. We say boolean head check. We will say guess is equal either H or this is equal to lowercase h, and side equals to heads. So basically we have to copy this and paste it. It will say tail check, and we will change here the H to T, uppercase T, and here to lowercase t, and here to tails. So after that we will say if head check, if it's heads, basically what we want to say 1 point gained for player, and we want to increment points by 1. Else if tails check, if this tails, we will say 1 point gained for player, and we'll say point is incremented by 1, and otherwise we decrement the points by 1, and we will tell 1 point lost for player. Then after that we will say if points are less than 0, so we don't want negative, we will say points equal to 0, and then we will say, we give a space, then we will say player's points are, then we'll say player, and lastly we have to return points. We have to return points to the method. So I think we did it correctly. So let's check it by running the main method. It shows some errors, I don't know why. points here. So now still there is errors. Yeah, it's here. Here when I was passing point2 variable, I passed player 2 when I should have passed point2 for player 2. Now it should be fine. Now going back to the main pass, we create a main method, and we create a players instance, and we say players start game. So let's run it and see if the program works. Okay. It says player 1, so Mark, player 2, Bob. Enter H or T. Let's say I enter a wrong option. Let's say K. So you can see the error handling works. Please enter either H or T for Mark. So let's say H. Is it the correct answer or not? 1 point lost for Mark. Mark's points are what? I think I made a mistake somewhere. Yeah, instead of saying Mark's points are Mark, so let's go back to the players. So I think I made a mistake somewhere. Oh, here, instead of player, we'll say points. So let's run it again. Player name, player 1 name, we'll say Mark. Player 2, Bob. Let's say H. 1 point gained for Mark. Mark points are 1 point. Enter H or T for Bob. We'll say H. Okay, Bob. Let's say T. 1 point lost. Let's say H. Another H. Another H. T. H. And lost again. Bob has 3 points. You're losing a lot. Oh, finally. Mark got 5 points first, so you won, so you win. So how many times heads is up is 6 times, tails is up for 5 times, and Mark won because he got 5 points first, while Bob only has 3 points. So I think we finished the program, and it works fine in my IntelliJ IDE. So I will post it in my GitHub account, and so you can copy it and see the code yourself. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.